This is the Improve and Have Fun podcast. My name is Paul PvP Perez, and on this podcast I talk about improving myself while having fun along the way with the hopes of encouraging you to do the same. This is also part audio blog or part me documenting my life and what I find interesting and what I want to talk about, basically. On the last episode, I gave a life update as to what's going on with me. And in this episode, we're going to be doing something totally different. And we're going to be reviewing T. Franklin's Bingo Love graphic novel, which let's get into right now. I wanted to give my eyes a break from looking at screens all day. I also wanted the same from all the violent video games, movies, TV shows. I thought to buy a few graphic novels at my nearest comic book shop, which is Midtown Comics in New York City in Times Square by 40th Street and 7th Avenue. This was the place to go. The three books I purchased were Snot Girl Volume 1, Black Science Volume 1, and Bingo Love. Bingo Love was the slimmest of the three. The cover tells you it's a lesbian love story between two black women. On a recent Sunday night after work, I caught up on the most recent episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead and The Walking Dead. Walking Dead just finished its season, and Ash vs. Evil Dead unfortunately was canceled, and I really love that show. But check out Ash vs. Evil Dead if you like horror comedy. And I didn't want to go to sleep with zombie images on my mind. So I picked up this book and began reading it. Bingo Love had me quickly, emotionally invested. Smiling, crying, laughing, all within a 40-minute read. What a beautiful love story. The comic book format is a fantastic medium to tell a written story that you'd find in a traditional book. Reading this story, this particular narrative, it really delivered that point to me. It really sent that message home. I'd like to see that more often. More books become comic books. I think one of Stephen King's, I know that Western, what's it called again? The Last Stand, I think. Oh man, no, it's not right. That's not right. It was the Idris Elba movie that they made. I forget, but they made that into a comic book, and I think it was very well received. I remember it being very well received. But more books being made into comic books, please. The main characters in Bingo Love are Hazel and Mary. I found myself rooting for their forbidden love to be recognized. The art style is a mix between an anime style and the Scott Pilgrim comics. It fit the story well. I don't want to give too much away about the book story, but if you want a feel-good graphic novel, Bingo Love is it. Whatever author T. Franklin does next, I'm in. And I hope, once again, it's in a similar comic book format, and I hope it's with the same team, because everything as it came together, it really delivered a very nice message. It delivered a very happy message, and this is a book that I wouldn't mind revisiting again. A lot of times with comic books or video games, or sometimes even with movies, once I watch it, that's it. I kind of really don't ever revisit it. But this is something that I'd like to revisit because it brought a smile to my face. And that's going to be the end of this episode. This is a short one. And in a day or so, I'm going to be having a first-time video game review. Over the winter, I got into video games. You end up staying in so much, and I was against getting back into video games. It's something I used to love as a kid, but I got back into it, and I finished Dead Rising 2 off the record, and I'm going to go ahead and give my review for that in the next episode. I highly recommend Bingo Love, or if you've read it, I 100% want to hear what you have to say. Please do so. If you're watching the video version of this on YouTube, you could comment below. If you're watching the video on Facebook, you can comment below as well. or if you're listening to this through the audio podcast, there will be links in the show notes where you can go ahead and reach out to me and let me know what you think. There'll be a voicemail number, a bunch of ways that you can go ahead and support. I'm also going to leave an Amazon link if you want to check out Bingula for yourself. And in doing so, you support both myself and the author. And you can do all your shopping through that Amazon link that you would normally do at the same prices. There's not going to be any extra or anything like that. That's it for this episode. This is the Improve and Have Fun podcast, and I'm out.